A really great feature about Schoology is that when a parent gets an access code for his or her student, that code will be good for the entirety of that student's career in the Grosse Mountain Union High School District. What that means is if this is handed out week 1 of freshman year, this code will carry the student through graduation. If the family or students move or transfer schools within our district, it'll carry over. There's nothing additional that needs to be set up. In order to find this information, what you would do is go to any given course or group that you may have and click on Members. Earlier on, we talked about the access code that can be provided to a student to join the counseling course that you may have set up. For parents, it doesn't quite work the same way. For parents, what you'll do is you'll actually click on Parent Access Codes. And you're going to download and open up an Excel file. Now I'm going to open this up, and this will be fictional students, so none of this is real information. What you'll be able to see will be in the spreadsheet the name of the student and then a parent access code. There is documentation that's provided by Schoology and will be included within this lesson where a parent can go to Schoology.com, enter in this code, and then be able to see the student's work for the courses. If a parent has more than one child, then the parent would need to enter in the unique code for each of the students or children that they have. So what you can do then is if you're at a meeting or an SST or something like this, you could provide this code directly to the parent or guardian, so that way they could access and see this information and then have it throughout the student's career. Well, how do I know if a parent's actually joined Schoology? I've sent the codes out, and I don't know if the parent has the information or if the parent does not. Your tell would be if you go to a course and you go to Members, you'll see the name of the student in blue, and then you'll see parent names in gray down below. So in this case, parent MN is a parent for Eric Brown, as well as for John Smith, which you'll see in the next section of this video. And you can see that parent TE has been a parent for Jennifer Miller. Looking at this list right now, I can see that Mary and I can see that Chris's parents have not joined Schoology, so either they don't have the code or they haven't gone to Schoology to set up as of yet. So this would be a good way for you to tell whether or not a parent has access. If there's more than one parent or guardian, you'll see that being comma separated. Now, it is important to note that I and Travis had set up as being fictional parents. We just use our initials. Parents will be able to type in their name, whatever they're comfortable with doing, and so you may see more of a formal name rather than just simply initials. But the gray is going to be indication that it's going to be a parent. When a parent signs into Schoology using their account that they have set up, the parent will see his or her name up in the top right-hand corner. In this case, parent MN. Now, when the parent first looks at the screen, there's a whole lot of nothing, which is kind of confusing. So in order to see individual student information, the parent would need to click on the name in the top right-hand corner and then select the students. In this case, MN is the parent or guardian for John Smith and Eric Brown, who are both fictional students that we have. If I were to click on the John Smith, I'll be able to see a dashboard. I'll be able to see a list of all of the student's current courses and groups to which the student belongs. If I wanted to go back to past things, I could. I'll be able to see a quick snapshot of recent grades that have been posted. And if I were to go ahead and click on this, I'll be able to see which specific assignments were recently graded, or tests or quizzes or discussions. I'd be able to see things that may be overdue. And I'd also be able to see grades if I wanted to go here. So if I were to click on grades, I can go to a grade report, and I'll be able to choose a course to which John belongs and see how John is doing. Please note this is very similar to the advisor dashboard in terms of functionality and how it looks. If I were to go back and click on an actual course, I'd be able to see what John would see. I'd be able to see the assignments. I'd be able to see the instructions and things like this. I could see any teacher updates that have been posted to the class. If the teacher is using any kind of mastery grading, I'd be able to see this. And I'd also be able to see the individual grades that a student has, in this case, John, for the course. Remember, if it's being graded by a rubric, I'll see this little rubric icon. If a grade has been recorded, I'll see a number value. And if work has been submitted but not graded, I'll actually see an icon on the far right-hand side. So in this case, assignment 3 has been submitted and student got 11 out of 11. For this assignment, nothing's been submitted, but it is being graded by our rubric. And for these assignments up here, nothing's been submitted at all. If there was something submitted, I would see a little icon to the right-hand side. As a parent, if I were to click on members, what I'll see here will be only the course administrators and not any students at all. So that's an important thing to keep in mind. Lastly, if I go to the calendar, I'd be able to see different due dates that John would have for his various courses that he's taking. So that's a nice way to be able to be in the loop with what's going on. And in this case, I was the parent guardian for 2. I can go over and see Eric, and I can see what Eric is doing with his classes as well. So having this parent join code is really useful. And as Infinite Campus updates every term, the parent will always see the most recent current courses, but could also go back to something older if need be. So that is what the parent experience would look like, very similar to the advisor dashboard.